Hello and welcome to Chef's Pleasure. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very tasty Lasagne Bolognese. For the sauce Bolognese you need some ground beef, some celeriac, carrots, garlic, parmesan cheese, lasagne sheets, tinned tomatoes, some bay leaves and salt and pepper. For the sauce Bechamel you need flour, butter, onion, bay leaves, some nutmeg and a bit of milk. I started off chopping all the vegetables in fine dices. Then I took half of the ground beef and seared off with a little bit of oil. I just use half so it doesn't take too much water and I get a nice coloring on it. It does take a little bit of time. Just try to mince it up nicely. If you do have one of those, this is like a potato masher. It's very perfect to make sauce bolognese. Right, once it does look like this, I will transfer it in a different pan and then I start off frying off the other half of the mince. I do use olive oil, you can use any kind of oil really. Okay, once it does look like this, I do add my vegetables, except the garlic, because the garlic will just burn and then it will give it a little bitterness. So just give this a little bit of color too. And then at this point I did add a little bit more oil, because it does just brown more evenly if you don't do it too dry. So now I season it with salt, some fresh ground black pepper, now it's time to add the garlic and the bay leaves. Give that a good stir as well. I do use bay leaves for a lot of things. It's very good for stews, sauces, everything. If you do have, you can use a bit of tomato concentrate. If you don't, it doesn't really matter because you use tinned tomatoes, which is generally enough to give the sauce a great flavor. But if you do have some, you may as well use it. So now I add my tinned tomatoes. It's important that you use good quality tomatoes. A bit of water, because obviously the better the tomatoes are, the better the sauce will be. Now I add the other half of that already cooked mince and just add enough water just to cover it properly so it does cook, can cook nicely. Right, once it is like this, I just simmer it for about half an hour. If you have more time, you can simmer it for even more. The more the better, really. I did add a bit of thyme. You can use some rosemary, some oregano, whatever you like really. Okay, meanwhile we add, we make our sauce bechamel. We use that butter to sweat off the onions. Important that we don't get any color, we just want to make them nice and soft. Once they look like this, we add our flour. Again, we don't want to have any color on this. Okay, now we use a whisk and slowly pour in the milk, little by little, so we don't get any lumps in the sauce. It's important to use cold milk as well, because the flour butter mixture is hot. If you use hot milk, you will just get a lot of lumps. So use cold milk to get a nice smooth sauce bechamel. You have to keep an eye on that sauce all the time basically, because it does burn very quickly. So just make sure you stir it all the time. I added a bit of salt, some pepper again, some nutmeg and some bay leaves. You can see the sauce bolognese in the back simmering. Okay, give that a good stir. Once it comes to a boil, it will thicken up quickly. And then I cook it for 20 minutes. At this stage I already cooked it 20 minutes because in 20 minutes you can boil out, you get rid of that floury taste. If you just boil it once for a minute, it will taste very much like flour. So this sauce has been cooked for 20 minutes. Meanwhile, the sauce bolognese does look like this. It has been cooking for about 40 minutes. Now I start, the first layer is sauce bolognese. I did make about 5 layers, I think. Just make very thin layers, and so you get a nice, great looking lasagna. The bay leaf I just picked out. Okay, next thing is a little bit of sauce bechamel. Then you take your lasagna sheets. I don't boil them before because the lasagna does need 40 minutes to cook anyways. If I use boiled lasagna sheets, the pasta will be just way too soft. The last layer I use sauce bechamel, and then because I use parmesan cheese, I bake it first for 20 minutes without the cheese, and then I put my parmesan cheese on top, because parmesan cheese is not very well, it doesn't melt that well, and it will just get dry and burned. If you use any other cheese, like mozzarella cheese, you can put it on straight away, because it does need more time to get a nice brown color. So this has been in the oven for 20 minutes now, 40 minutes, 180 degrees Celsius, and yeah, looks great, smells fantastic. I really advise you to make this recipe at home. It is great. It does take a little bit of time, but you'll love it. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did so, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.